IMRV Giving Circle Club members. You are the change makers. So the August results are in. The total for Vermont is $5,456, supporting those independent courts in Pennsylvania. Our contribution was towards that total was $1,009, over 22 donors. We're 18.5% of the total Vermont donations, so thank you so much, Giving Circle Club members. Now, before I talk about September's recipient, I want to ponder over some stuff. First, I'd like you to think of us as setting a goal for $1,250. A monthly goal of $1,250 should be doable. But I'm sure you're giving what you can, so here's the thing. We grow through referrals. Can you reach out to one person and ask them to join us? Referrals really work, and I know that feels hard to do, but given the times, I think we can do some hard things. I saw this on a Facebook reel, and I thought of us. We all need therapy right now, right? At least we feel like we need to talk to somebody. Well, she said, instead of retail therapy, how about skipping the 2-day shipping fee and do resistance therapy? I thought that was rather funny and clever. So, one way that we can do resistance therapy is with our Giving Circle. I was brought up Catholic, and I gave up gum for Lent for a grade schooler, giving up gum for 40 days was a pretty big deal. I probably wasn't successful, but that's not the point. So here's my ask. What can you give up to help us fund this resistance? I mean, not a cocktail. We all need that right now because at the end of the day, I want a Chardonnay. So if we were like a monthly book club, we'd be buying a book, right? Is that $16 or $18? Could you set aside a monthly donation amount? Have you heard of the States Project? According to them, state legislator seats cost a fraction to win than a U.S. Senate seat, about 3% of the cost. This is where your dollars are going to go further because it takes less money to win these seats. And as a member wrote me, you know where the money is going. So what about that Iowa seat that was previously won by a MAGA by 11 points, and Democrat Caitlin Dray won last week by 10 points, causing Iowa to lose their supermajority? What happens in the states matters in every state. Here's something I learned about men versus women. Women outvote men, but men outdonate women. Women tend to donate to charities, and giving circles are mostly women. So women have this social capital. And for all you women out there, let's use that social capital and donate for democracy. Boy, the hard stuff happening on the national level is very distracting, and it's sucking the air out of all our lungs. Let's not try to be taken in by the big races, those shiny objects. Down ballot is playing the long game, and it's game time. So hey, you'll sleep better at night knowing you're making a difference. I heard that down ballot recipients think of our donations as pennies from heaven, something they would not have gotten without us. It makes a huge difference to them and in turn to us. So have you heard of J. Smith Cameron? I hadn't either, but she's an actress. Wiki says she's done a lot of acting. She's in Succession. So she holds these giving circles with silk PJ parties and martinis. Of course, her friends are tad wealthy. I mean, our PJ parties would be flannels with a can of Lawson's Little Sip, right? Anyway, she has this to say about giving circles. Quote, if you could get people to get the concept, you could just give that giant B12 shot to the country. I feel like it's a secret weapon that's hiding in plain sight. End quote. Hey, let's be IMRV's secret weapon. Okay, not so secret. Let's spread the word about our giving circle. So now it's time for the big reveal. The September recipient is Virginia. Let's get out the vote by supporting Planned Parenthood Advocates of Virginia. Virginia is now the only southern state without an abortion ban. And this November is hosting crucial elections for governor, attorney general, and the entire House of Delegates. Planned Parenthood Advocates of Virginia is reaching out to Virginia voters to encourage them to send a loud message to their representatives. Protect our rights. Look, it's hard not to get caught up in all the dire news, those shiny objects that distract us. But the truth is that Democrats continue to dramatically outperform in special elections. Did I mention Iowa's win last week? I did. The focus on down ballot races work. There's a great slogan that Team 6 has, and it says, "Registered Democrats save the world." Let's make that happen in Virginia. So in summary, 3 things. 1, tell a friend because referrals really do work. 2, let's make our monthly goal of $1,250, and let's get out the vote in Virginia. What sets us apart? We donate smart.